And welcome back. We're reacting to our breaking news today regarding the former President Donald Trump's felony conviction. Marquette Law School poll director, political expert Charles Franklin joins us now in studio to discuss what happened today. Charles, great to see you. Thanks for being with us.
Good to be here.
Shocking development, to say the least, right? We didn't think maybe today would be the day, but it came.
Yeah, I was surprised it was today and not tomorrow. Look, I think the big surprises are all 34 counts.
Yeah.
You could easily imagine some and not others, but it was all 34. All of them unanimous, all beyond a reasonable doubt. That is a really strong decision by the jury.
What's next, though? I mean, that's the big question, right? How the country's going to react.
Absolutely. So, you know, we first today heard Trump's comments afterwards that I'm the most innocent man. This is all a biased
kind of the
jury.
same stuff he's been saying every day.
Exactly. Right? They've certainly laid that foundation for those claims. But now it faces this unanimous jury decision. I think the other side of it is, how does the public respond? You know, strong Trump supporters weren't moved by the first impeachment or the second impeachment. But we do see groups of people, about 20%, who have unfavorable views of both Biden and Trump. Some of those folks might not shift towards Biden, but shift against Trump. And about 20 to 22% of Republican primary voters have been voting for somebody other than Trump. So what do?
Yeah, I know nothing really surprises you when you do these polls. You did a poll, what, a month ago, or earlier this month. You did ask the question, what if he's guilty, what if he's not? Let's talk about those numbers. And I think we do have a graphic, perhaps, of what some of those results were in your polling.
Yeah, that was a poll that finished May 16th, so it's fairly recent. We asked a split sample. Half were asked, if it turns out Trump is found guilty, how would you vote? The other half, if it turns out he's found not guilty, how would you vote? In the guilty condition, Biden led by 4 points. In the not guilty condition, Trump led by 6 points. So sort of mid-single digits difference in direction in each of those. Now we'll see the truth, because in the next week or two there'll be a ton of polling and we'll see if there's any real shift or not. Remember, in the first impeachment, public opinion didn't move at all. So that's the reason to be cautious about how big an impact this will have.
Yeah, we've long known there's a big group that'll never go Trump. There's a big group that will never vote for anybody but Trump. And everybody talks about those voters in the middle. Any indication from any polling of what you've seen about where they'll go specifically?
Yeah. I think that's where this middle group is really important. It's the group, the 8 to 10% that say they're undecided between Biden and Trump. The bigger number that say they're thinking about a third-party vote. Does this affect them at all? And then there are those folks that don't like Trump within the Republican Party. That's run 20 to 30%. 22% voting against him in our primary in April. Those folks generally come back to the party in the November election, but this is now added reason for those Republicans who've been really skeptical of Trump to think long and hard about whether they're ready to come back to him.
What will the messaging do you anticipate being? We've already seen the president and the Biden-Harris campaign come out with a statement. He's in Delaware today, marking the anniversary of his son's death. I know, they issue a statement, and then of course the former president how will he attack this over the months to come?
Yeah, I think the Biden campaign will certainly talk about convicted on these things, the subterfuge, as they will put it. So I think they have a strong argument to make there, and maybe appeal to those voters who are disaffected by Trump but still thinking about voting for him. Here's another reason not to. Where I think we've seen already the Trump side's argument is this was a biased judge, a biased jury. I'm innocent. We're going to win on appeal. That rhetoric is there and has already been put out. But again, the difference is 12 jurors unanimously finding on 34 counts.
Lastly, you're the Marquette Law School poll director, which means Milwaukee. We know what epicenter of the world it's going to be. July 11th is sentencing. July 15th, the RNC starts.
That's right. It's going to be busy time in the big city with the debate, which isn't in Milwaukee, of course, but that's gonna be really hot, especially with the sentencing coming just before the convention begins. You know, we're sure the convention is going forward. I'm pretty sure that the party is going to rally behind Donald Trump. But what is the tenor and the atmosphere like by the time we get to that point? I think It's your short-term response to this conviction, but there's also the longer term. Do we see a big short term and then it kind of dies out? Or does it build over time? And nobody knows, including me. We'll wait and see.
We look forward to your polling in the next month or so. Thanks for coming by on short notice today, Charles.
Happy
Good to
to.
see you. Thank you. We'll be right back.